Orofo mama kwaba ka hu say latest and hot news and I'm the bro enuti say we subscribe ya bomodi say we subscribe to channel na we like video no give us thumbs up na fi share to all platforms say the afofroso ebenye bi na wahwe na wona hu ensemo ekoso ewo Ghana memo anum afi yehwe ye ensemo abeto yepono so Ken Ofori Atta, former finance minister, who sent Sammy and known a year in Nusa Fuseni, former MP, NDC, now Okupio a joy news far, where they send me at Jaffa, Ken Ofori Atta yere. I watch the say, be a war a year airport was side, one in a exercise, a gym, a whole notice and Kumubi, echo so a year. Former finance minister, Ken Ofori Atta yere, a catcher, Gloria Kufu, Chessa, one in Yan Tokao, the entire. A year, Akufo no Akufo Addo make the first term no na year Akufo na year Attorney General. Now watch they say on went to prosecute a year NDC for appointees ni bi ekoye nsem bibire ho. Ne nyina gina ye Ken Ofori Atta sense bi na ma papa yi dis asem we nyina ebetudwa. Na ntentemara yemko na kache na yenkuti sere ode ensem we etudwa emu chechire mu nyina etudwa yentie ni nsem.
That the wife of Ken Ofori Atta picked a fight with Gloria Akufo because the wife of Ken Ofori Atta felt that Gloria Akufo was not prosecuting NDC former appointees. I was in the gym. This information. Where from this? No. I was in the gym. No. You cannot mention somebody's name. Attribute something to it. The person is not here. You really have to withdraw that. No, I won't withdraw that. I won't withdraw that. This is completely wrong. You are referring to a lady who is not on the show. I won't withdraw that. And you say she told No.
Can I do my work? Can I do my work?
No, but how can you? Can I do my work? Let's you come to a gym. I exercise with her. So this is verify this information. How can you verify this information to the host? I mean, serious. But Professor, you know what it is. Why are you referring to the host? Let the host. We don't have to give the host too much trouble. We don't want to give.
No. Let me do my job.
Sometimes you have to self-regulate. All right. Without the host necessarily coming. But he really has to.
You see how quick you are. You see how quick you are to question him even before he lands.
No. Because the person is not here.
The person is not here. Because I want him to finish the statement before I ask him the next question.
Okay, please proceed.
If he's not done, I don't know what he wants to say.
Under the mistaken impression. He should withdraw. Is under the mistaken impression that this platform is. Good evening, guys. I'm sorry about that. If that's the impression I'm giving, I'm really sorry. Of course. I'm really sorry about that. And we want to respect your panel. I'm really sorry about that.
Instead of saying it, don't you agree with me that it's unfair that the person is not here present?
Is now laughing
to answer for herself? And you are now talking about a conversation that you must have.
I mean, he didn't refer to a conversation.
Yeah, he said he was in the gym.
He said they are in the gym together.
He said there was a conversation. So
that he eavesdropped.
So will you?
I didn't eavesdrop.
No. Will you? Who else? Who else witness what you're talking about?
Well, I've mentioned parties. I've mentioned the woman. I've mentioned Gloria Akufo.
Right.
And I was in the gym, and the gym is a public place. There are many other parties I could mention, but I've just given you two names.
And they had an argument.
So I've just given you two names. So if you don't want to reach out to the woman, and I know her personally, you can reach out to Gloria Akufo. That might explain to you if you don't understand what you don't know that I know. That Gloria Akufo was finally removed from office.
Because
of her failure. Because of the perception that she failed to prosecute people who were former appointees of the NDC.
In accordance with the desires of the Ofori Atta and the wife.
Of the Ofori Attas.
And this was the conversation at the gym.
This was a conversation I chanced upon in the gym. At Air Force Gym. I've also given you the name of the gym. Well, okay. It cannot make it. You see. Are you not confounded? I don't confront
Yeah, you're a very senior member.
No. I don't confront that.
No, this you are a senior member of the Ghana Bar Association. You can't make allegations on a serious program like this.
Are you not confronted?
Your smile is beautiful.
Are you not even here? Are you not confronted?
You're a senior member of the Ghana Bar. You're a senior member of the Ghana Bar. You can't do that.
The gravity of the revelation.
So this is what I'm saying.
It's not right.
This revelation, you are not a state official.
No.
Okay, yeah. So it takes a different turn.
In
the absence of these two individuals you mentioned, and now you even go further to say this is why Gloria Akufo lost her job as Attorney General.
This is one of the reasons, yeah.
Okay. Don't you think it's unfair because of their absence?
She didn't lose her job.
For which reason
She served her
you
4
should
years.
withdraw the statement?
No, I'm not. If they think that I'm not speaking the truth, they can take me on. If they really think that I'm not speaking the truth, I'm putting my reputation on the line. You know, I don't speak lightly on matters of this nature. I don't speak lightly.
What does it mean?
I've got a reputation to protect. I've got an integrity I'm protecting.
So you...
and I'm saying that it is the fairness of the process that we're talking about. It has nothing to do with the truth or otherwise.
So
we're saying that
I have offered him the opportunity. I've offered him the opportunity.
They're not here to defend
I'll follow up and return to inform my audience what the named individuals think about what you say.
Gloria Akufo,
fact check.
If you can call Gloria Akufo, then she can speak.
My production is listening.
And also, Gloria didn't lose any job.
She was not fired.
Which job did she lose?
She served her tenure for 4 years. She left.
Is that Interpol did not take his name down.
What happened?
They did a reduction. Because he had made an application.
What is reduction?
Reduction is that he can only be seen by, it's limited. Viewing is limited. What's certain people?
Viewing him. So Paul, what we are told is like a typical injunction application.
Yes.
That you take to a court.
Yes.
Then a court said, oh, because I've seen this application,
yes,
can we all hold on?
Yes.
Until I finish.
Yes.
So that doesn't mean that
his name is taken off.
Has that finished? Has that process finished? The process you are addressing.
Well, now it looks like
it's like a
other issues have been
like
taken.
But what it means is that Interpol thought that there's a case to look at for Ofori Atta.
Which is a fair process.
Fair enough. So now when these things come up like that, the guy says, I'm coming. You're not coming. Oh, you're on red alert. Oh, charges have been preferred against you. And then all of these things are going on. It may constitute a way in which Ofori Atta and his advisors may feel that, are we really safe in going back into this jurisdiction given all what is happening?
When you are told that all the time when you were being told that, oh, I'll come, he had started a process to become a citizen of that country so he doesn't come.
Yes, that is
Do you still believe that he actually wanted to return?
Yeah, but you see, Ofori Atta doesn't have the power to decide that I won't come to Ghana. There are legal processes that can compel him to come to Ghana. He cannot decide.
Those processes are ongoing. Why are we worried about them?
Exactly.
Yeah, but nobody's worried. Those processes must go on. But the politicization of it, with a press conference and demonstrations and holding on to Ofori Atta as if he's the one to provide the 21 billion that oral promised, out of which after 1 year we have gotten 0. Today the Attorney General says that Sammy Okudzeto Blackwash 21 billion may not have been 21 billion. That's what the Attorney General is telling us. This is a society and a government that comes into office running on the back of corruption, which has been the same case for many opposition parties in the Fourth Republic. They run on corruption, but this group of people wanted to demonstrate their commitment to anti-corruption, which was great.
If I told you have been speaking for 16 minutes.
I'm sorry.
Or 17 so far, will you believe me?
I don't believe you, but I'm wrapping up because
it was
time.
He was not heckled.
Give me 2 minutes to wrap up.
Yeah, go ahead. That's not heckling.
This is a way to take our attention from the commitment that was made for the $21 billion, not cedis, $21 billion. If Ghana has lost $21 billion to corruption, we are in serious trouble and we need a full commitment to anti-corruption to retrieve this. How much of the 21 billion is Ofori Atta? And where is the rest of the 21 billion after 1 year for an attorney general who holds press conferences that we are all, the legal society, the political society, is discussing whether this is the way to go?
The 21 billion, the OSP alone has 5 cases that it is looking for Ken Ofori Atta to answer. Yes,
no, oral, I'm talking about oral and it's 21 billion.
All right. Oh, okay. Yes.
Oral's 21, but it's something you know about.
Some of those cases,
you know that oral says 21 billion.
Some of the oral cases, there are cases the OSP is doing already.
Like which one?
Listening to
National
Cathedral Attorney General is saying something else.
Listening to Paul Addo,
yeah,
I'm convinced that if Ken is sitting in his ICE detention and watching this program, he ought to come back.
He ought to what?
To come back.
Ken?
Yes.
He doesn't have that option now, or self-deport.
Self-deport.
As that he wants to. Okay.
Because Paul Addo underwent similar invitation like Ken Ofori Atta in a matter similar to the SML.
No, they are not the same.
They are similar. I don't say they are the same. I don't say they are the same.
He supervised the public pen. Paul didn't do that.
No, in the matter that Ken Ofori Atta is being wanted by the OSP, they are similar. Pari passu, similar. But you see, Ken is on national TV
doing good morning, Ghana.
You mean Paul?
Addo.
Yes. Okay, you said Ken.
No, I said if Ken is watching,
no, right now you said Ken is on national TV.
No. Ken, Paul.
I understand. It's because it's 1 week to the MPP Congress. Yes. Maybe you are mixed.
No, you should come. It means that if you are subject to investigation by the OSP, you still can have the liberties guaranteed you under the Constitution of the Republic.
Yes, that is guaranteed under the Constitution of the Republic.
That's what is guaranteed.
Yes, that's what it's important. Guaranteed.
But what
has done to you? Why can't that same
thing done to Ken?
You are here now.
The same actors involved. But you are.
I didn't write a letter to the chief of staff that I was traveling.
So let me.
Ken did.
Let me clear.
Ken are not the same.
Let me clear the confusion.
You are still before an investigation committee.
Let me clear the confusion.
Okay, now you are over heckling.
Let me clear the confusion.
I don't have, by the grace of God. I didn't write to chief of staff.
Agree. Allowed, but please, can you allow him? The last time too, we didn't allow.
That's the first.
Because it's the senior most, so we have.
That's the first thing. The first thing is simply that.
No, please state the point.
Those who are equally circumstanced and enjoying benefits under the Constitution must invite others who are also circumstanced that the Constitution will protect them. That's the first thing. The second thing is, I hear a refrain. The man was sick. He wrote a letter, chief of staff. The man by his own hand wrote a letter to the then chief of staff, Cecilia, what's his name?
He wrote to the transition.
Please.
No,
I'm not asking for information. No, I'm not asking for information.
Incoming.
Honorable Tempule, I'm not asking for information from you.
Wrote to the chief of staff
and copied.
I'm not asking for information from you.
Sure.
But I'm not asking for information from you.
I'm assisting you.
Please, don't assist.
We are dealing with the public.
I'm capable of fighting the public. I'm capable of fighting my own fight.
Don't unless
I'm strong enough.
There's evidence to show for it.
I'm strong enough.
You know, he's my senior brother.
I'm strong enough. So respect your.
Thank you.
So let me help my senior brother.
So he wrote to the chief of staff on the 4th day of January 2025, copying the incoming chief of staff, Julius Debra, indicating that he was asking for permission to leave this country and return on the 28th of January.
Yeah.
Specifically.
Yeah.
And that he was going to attend to his health. So on health compassionate grounds, the chief of staff permitted him to travel. The OSP did not invite Ken Ofori Atta to appear before them until the time that he had asked for was about expiring. The OSP wrote to the to the Ken Ofori Atta to appear before them on the 24th of January, to appear before them in February.
based on the permission he had sought. Now, so that should be clear to all of us. He left this jurisdiction given a promise to the state that he will come back on a certain day. The OSP wrote his letters based on his own promise. When was the day he was invited to appear? 10th of February 2025. That would have meant Ken Ofori Atta, by his own undertaking, would have been in this country. That's the first thing. Now, the second thing is that before June, the expiration of his stay in the visa in the United States, Ken Ofori Atta had applied in May to change his status from a visitor to a permanent resident, perpetually depriving the investigative authorities from reaching him, trying to put himself out of reach. You must also understand the facts. 3, Bonfe, the trial is ongoing.
So what's the problem now?
So let me tell you what is the problem, because I see that you don't understand the criminal process. The trial is ongoing. He's been charged with about 78 charges. He's been tried with, alongside
8 others.
8 others, 2 of whom, Ernest Akore and Ken Ofori Atta, are not available. So because the charges have been read, he ought to plead to those charges. He ought to be served. So the court has directed that the processes going on in court be served on Ken Ofori Atta. If the processes are served on Ken Ofori Atta and he fails, refuses, or neglects to attend court, he would be a fugitive from the court.
It will be a bench warrant.
It will be a bench warrant.
Is there substituted service?
It's not a substituted service. It's not a criminal case. It's not a civil case. It's a criminal case. So if it is served on him and he fails to appear, the court itself will issue a bench warrant. Mind you, he's outside the jurisdiction. The bench warrant is limited to the territorial jurisdiction of this country. So it must go through the foreign processes, Minister of Foreign Affairs. Just like the order to serve the summons on him have to go through the diplomatic channels. Now, when that order is made, if he fails to appear and that order is made, he will be arrested and imprisoned in America for the purposes of being sent back. Okay? And if he's not arrested at all, or he's incapable of coming, because there would have been evidence of service of the criminal summons on him, the court is now enjoined to proceed with that.
On the fundamental principle of the law,
no,
that a man must not be condemned unheard.
So
you give them the opportunity to be heard. Let them elect to refuse to come.
So you have not. You can't say that because
trial and say it's trial essential.
You're contradicting yourself. No, we're not saying the trial has started. You just said it on air.
It has started because
the trial has started.
You see,
listen.
No, Bonfe, don't
listen. No, I want to clear your misunderstanding of the law.
Let's help our audience to understand.
I want to clear your misunderstanding of the law.
He's not the only accused person.
It is not the only accused person. He's not the only accused person in court. Neither is Ernest Akore the only accused person in court. So the trial has started in respect of the accused persons, all of them. But because the 2 of them are not in court, the trial cannot proceed unless the court is satisfied that there have been conscious, deliberate attempts to serve the sermons on him, and that the sermons have actually been served on him, but he has refused to come. Then the trial will continue now in absentia.
It is the reason when you are served, the law allows for certain days to expire. Then the law will construe that you don't want to come in.
Something you see,
he said something markedly different.
Please,
completely different.
Let's stop misrepresenting ourselves. Let's stop misrepresenting ourselves.
When I finish, you can rebut.
Okay.
So don't attribute to me things I haven't said.
So the thing is that, you are not
what's the name? You're not speaking to yourself.
Yes.
You're speaking to us.
Yes.
And when you
others
speak, we listen to you.
Yes.
So let's tell us what you have told us.
What you have interpreted from what I said.
No, I've not.
You need to also understand that. So you also listen to me with your interpretive lenses.
So that is the thing.
You may have misinterpreted what I said.
So the thing is that, so can we trust Ken Ofori Atta to come back on his own? I don't think we can trust him. Because one, he gave an undertaking to come to this country by himself. A man of the stature of Ken Ofori Atta ought to have respected his own undertaking. And at that time he gave the undertaking, he was not under any pressure from any quarters.
His health status may have changed the date he decided that he will come back.
He went to court only once. Since he left this country, only once. And I can give you his flight record. He was traveling. So it should not be the case that a person will give an undertaking and then violate his undertaking and cry the victim. That's what Ken Ofori Atta is doing. He's crying the victim. And his lawyers are crying the victim. Now, why do we come to all this? And it is not true, it's patently not true. As and you know, my brother Tampule, that when we served in office as minister, when you left office, the investigative authorities probably would not have understood certain decisions that you took. Or when you were MPA boss, the investigative authorities would not have understood certain decisions that you took. They invite you to come and help them. I appeared numerous times before the investigative authorities. Numerous times. It is patently false to say that Ken Ofori Atta was the one who provided cover for Setekwe not to be prosecuted. Patently false. I know as a matter of fact that Setekwe appeared before numerous investigative bodies. Numerous. And was able to explain himself. And I also know that Ken Ofori Atta, and that, you see, those who executioners fear the gallows. Ken Ofori Atta, when he was the finance minister, and his wife who spoke on your air on your network, I exercised in the same gym with them at Air Force. Yeah. And I can tell you on authority that the wife of Ken Ofori Atta picked a fight with Gloria Akufo because the wife of Ken Ofori Atta felt that Gloria Akufo was not prosecuting NDC former appointees. I was in the gym.
This information.
Where from this?
It's not, no.
I was in the gym.
No.
You cannot mention somebody's name. Attribute something to her. The person is not here. You really have to withdraw that.
No, I won't withdraw that.
I won't withdraw that.
This is completely wrong.
You are referring to a lady who is not on the show.
I won't withdraw that.
And you say she told
No. Can I do my work?
No, but how can you? Can I do my work? Serious.
Let's
you come to a gym. I exercise with her.
So there's no way to verify this information.
How can you verify this information
to the host? I mean, seriously.
Professor, you know what it is. Why are you referring to the host?
Let the host.
We don't have to give the host too much trouble. We don't want to give him
No, let me do my job.
Sometimes you have to self-regulate.
All right.
Without the host necessarily coming.
But he really has to withdraw.
You see how quick you are. You see how quick you are to question him even before he lands.
No.
Because the person is not here.
The person is not here.
Because I want him to finish the statement before I ask him the next question.
Okay, please proceed.
If he's not done, I don't know what he wants to say.
He's under the mistaken impression.
He should withdraw.
Paul Atumachiri is under the mistaken impression that this platform is
Good evening, guys.
I'm sorry about that. If that's the impression I'm giving, I'm really sorry.
Of course.
I'm really sorry about that.
and you want to respect your panelists.
I'm really sorry about that.
Don't you agree with me that it's unfair that the person is not here
present
is
now laughing
to answer for herself, and you are now talking about a conversation that you must have.
He didn't refer to a conversation.
Yeah, he said he was in the gym.
He said they are in the gym together.
No, he said there was a conversation. So
that he eavesdropped.
So will you?
I didn't eavesdrop.
No. Will you? Who else? Who else witnessed what you're talking about?
Well, I've mentioned parties. I've mentioned the woman. I've mentioned Gloria Akufo.
Right.
And I was in the gym, and the gym is a public place. There are many other parties I could mention, but I've just given you 2 names.
And they had arguments.
So I've just given you 2 names. So if you don't want to reach out to the woman, and I know her personally, you can reach out to Gloria Akufo. That might explain to you, if you don't understand what you don't know, that I know. That Gloria Akufo was finally removed from office. Because of her failure, because of the perception that she failed to prosecute people who were former appointees of the NDC.
In accordance with the desires of the Ofori Atta and the wife.
Of the Ofori Attas.
And this was the conversation at the gym.
This was a conversation I chanced upon in the gym, at Air Force Gym. I've also given you the name of the gym. Well,
okay.
It cannot make it. You see. Senior, are you not confronted? I don't confront
that. Yeah, you're a very senior member.
No.
You are a senior member of the Ghana Bar Association. You can't make allegations on a serious program like this.
Are you not confronted?
Your smile is beautiful.
Are you not even here? Are you not confronted?
You're a senior member of the Ghana Bar.
The gravity of the revelation.
So this is what I'm saying.
It's not right.
This revelation, you are not a state official.
No.
Okay. Yeah. So it takes a different turn. In the absence of these 2 individuals you mentioned, and now you even go further to say this is why Gloria Akufo lost her job as Attorney General.
This is one of the reasons, yeah.
Okay. Don't you think it's unfair because of their absence?
She didn't lose her job.
For which reason
she served her 4 years.
You should withdraw the statement?
No, I'm not. If they think that I'm not speaking the truth, they can take me on. If they really think that I'm not speaking the truth, I'm putting my reputation on the line. You know, I don't speak lightly on matters of this nature. I don't speak lightly.
What does it mean?
I've got a reputation to protect. I've got an integrity I'm protecting. And I'm saying that it is the fairness of the process that we're talking about. It has nothing to do with the truth or otherwise.
So
we're saying that
I have offered him the opportunity. I have offered him the opportunity.
They're not here to defend
I'll follow up and return to inform my audience what the named individuals think about what you say.
Gloria Akufo,
fact check.
If you can call Gloria Akufo, then she can speak.
My production is listening.
And also, Gloria didn't lose any job.
She was not fired.
Which job did she lose?
She served her tenure for 4 years. She left.
Thank you.
The next government she didn't get an appointment. That's
same as Joe Gatte.
Yes.
All right.
Not like firing her. She didn't lose her job.
Okay, thank you. She didn't lose her job. She didn't leave the Attorney General's office happily. Thank you.
She left. She concluded her tenure.
Wait, she didn't leave there happily.
And
I'm a journalist.
The time she was leaving.
I have the opportunity to talk to someone.
She didn't leave happy. Who were not happy. We're not happy. It's
okay.
only her.
Happiness if you're
Let's have a different discussion. My producers will check if they can speak to any one of them. But subsequently, I'll do that and get back. I'm saying, I wanted to bring this to your attention. Will someone like Ken, yes, maybe he started to change his status, and therefore you use that to say a presumption that he definitely didn't want to come back.
Putting himself beyond the reach of the authorities.
But when they say that they fear unfair treatment, or he fears unfair treatment among others, we are waking up this morning to reports that suggest that someone like Mustafa Hamid, he's standing trial. Declarations that he has made to the OSP about his assets have been made public. This is not fair to him. That, the publication is there. It's out there in the public about the property, some property that somebody gave to him, and it's out there in the public. Is that fair to him?
So again,
that he cannot justify, how he came by the property.
So when I also read the story, I don't speak lightly on matters of this nature. I always invest time and effort in trying to understand what is happening. My understanding of what is happening in terms of Mustafa Ahmed is that when he took public office, he made a declaration of his properties. And so because of the matters that are ongoing in court and the challenges to the jurisdiction of the special prosecutor, the special prosecutor took interest in collecting better and further evidence of his properties and came across one property. So applied to the Auditor General's office and got the sealed declarations that he made and opened and sealed the envelope and saw that the certain properties that have come to their attention are not part of the declaration of assets.
Is it not rather that he gave the information to them that this property was given to me by X?
No.
And for this purpose,
I'm telling you
for having worked for 10 years for this person, he gave me this property, as my reward.
No, it was not part of the declaration, but they got the property to be his, on the presumption that that property is his.
Okay.
Then they questioned him. This property is not part of the list of properties that you have announced or filed with the Auditor General. And then his answer is that that property was given to him by the former president, Nana Addo Akufo Addo. The next question I asked myself, so if that property is, a gift is a gift. It's constituted by offer and acceptance. So if it is a gift, someone must gift you the property and you must accept it. Now, even in land law, where the property is given to you without an effective change of ownership, the title deeds of that property will be with you. So, I
was asking the question of fairness in the process. Kabila had raised that issue. Tampuli raised that issue. Poladmochi raised that issue. Fairness in the process.
Yes, so I'm just using that example of fairness. So what is fairness?
Because now the public is prejudiced against him, that he got property through wrongful means. He can't justify how he came by the property. But as we understand, he indicated that I got that property as a gift for having served someone for 10 good years. And that was my reward. This was long ago, even before he became whoever in which office.
And what is the fairness you're talking about? The fact that
in disclosing the matter
public was disclosed. That's a matter that you have to ask the special prosecutor. That's a discretion. That's an exercise of a discretion. Okay? Whether that discretion, whether it has been exercised properly or not, is a matter for the special prosecutor to explain. But for me, for the purposes of transparency and accountability, if the special prosecutor puts that into the public domain, I see absolutely nothing wrong with that. Because he was given an opportunity to explain the ownership of that property. And his explanation is what they have put.
I'm told by one of the lawyers to him right now, that no one has asked Mustafa Hamid any question about the sealed declaration. He disclosed that property himself.
Oh, but I've not said anything different.
That's what he's.
But no, I've not said anything different. I'm not. Where's the unfairness in it? Where's the unfairness? But nobody has.
I don't know how
He brought it in.
Honestly,
he brought it in.
No, you are talking Ken Ofori Atta, and we are.
I'm not saying it. He brought it in.
Paul is talking about the fears which they are telling the American authorities that it's a persecution, and all of these unfairness. So remember that the national security, or who was it, had gone to his home and were told about how things were ransacked and how they were put under fear. We are told that all these are part of the bundle of issues they are putting before the U.S. court to say that the person is not safe.
National security went to Ken Ofori Atta's home when?
Oh, you don't remember?
No, that became public.
Yeah, when?
Much earlier.
Yes, but after the invitation of the special prosecutor to appear before him.
The special prosecutor knew nothing about that.
So what? Let's.
Sorry, I have a text. Can I read it? It relates to the. It's from Godfrey Dami. If you want, I can forward it to you so you read it. Is that
Go ahead.
Okay. It says that Inu Safuseni ought to be checked and corrected. Gloria Akufo, which is his boss, in fact, started 90% of the supposed political prosecutions, Opuni, Dufour, NCA, and many others. It couldn't have been that someone may have felt that Gloria is not prosecuting NDC people because she did 90% of it.
It couldn't have.
Okay.
That's the record.
In the same vein, hold on. In the same vein, Kwame says, I can confirm that a close friend of mine who was in the gym told me this 4 years ago. The conversation led to rifts at the Air Force Base gym, even with MPP members of the then government who were gym members. This is okay. I'm sorry. I read the beginning before I got to the end. It was supposed to be a private conversation.
Yeah. So clearly,
but no, he's saying it was supposed to be a private conversation.
No, the one
peddling of gossip.
Okay, so
we're peddling gossip.
We don't know him. We don't know where he's standing and all that.
All right,
Trying to support
this
him.
is where I take a break.
Oh, really?
This is where I take a break.
Please, we need a break.
You have a minute.
We need a break. We need a break.
We are peddling gossip.
No, you need a break now because we want to fight.
No. Yes.
I have
Round
said,
up in a minute.
I have said,
I
have great sympathy for Ken Ofori Atta. And my sympathy for him is simply the fact that a person who has served his country in ways that not everybody out of the 30-something million Ghanaians can do and can reach, must not be subjected to this level of dehumanization outside this country. I think, and when I saw him with ISIS officials escorting him into a vehicle with his hands handcuffed behind him, I thought that this person who had reached the high echelons of governmental authority in this country should not be treated that way. I feel sad for him, not because he's wanted by the special prosecutor. I feel sad for him because as a human being, I don't think that spectacle should befall anybody. That a person of his caliber, whose name can then be substituted for a number, I feel sad.
Trump was handcuffed.
I feel sad. That's just for me.
Is it
and I worked when he was finance minister. I was in parliament.
But senior, is it any less than some of the things that you have said of him on this set?
Okay, so since you are done now,
what things have I said?
You have butchered him more than what I have done.
You see, the problem about this, and
what have I said on this? What have I said on this?
Personal rumors about his wife.
Someone just said I was in the gym. Something. I was in the gym.
I'm coming.
I like the way he smells when he's saying these things. You smile very nicely when you're saying these things.
Regardless of who you are, every little criminal case, you are handcuffed. I premise my conversation that
former president
and now current president, I won't let this matter get here. I premise my conversation. So for anybody to get the impression you are sitting here defending, how am I defending him?
Nobody has.
Okay, there's no issue of fairness in the disclosure matter. Publication and verification of assets declared is backed by ANCAC Article 8 and 52. Ghana is a state party to ANCAC, so the questioning of fairness does not arise at all. The limitation in the Ghanaian framework of asset and liability declaration in Article 286 and others is what the Conduct of Public Officers Bill seeks to cure. And this is coming from someone in the anti-corruption front, CSO. I asked that question, whether it was fair that this was being done to Mustafa, and he has come with an answer that there's no question of fairness at all. It is okay. Gamel says that I'm confused about Honorable Idrisu. Ghanaians are hypocritical on every issue about the state. I think because in Ghana, laws are not respected and allowed to work. So it's better Ken is taking through the system in the US than bringing him here, all these politicians in your studio know how to get Ken back home to face the law, they would have pressed the knob. If it's a poor person, look, there would be the same situation when the NDC leaves power. Okay, you are saying a lot of things. I'm trying to appreciate. Kwabena Atta says that those people under whose names are not roped into the web, how did they acquire it? What work did they do? What is their income? How much taxes did they pay? Okay, plenty wahala for them. If Hamid indeed listed only ABC as assets in his declaration, and an investigation proves that he has XYZ unlisted of hidden under other names, then it opens a whole can of criminal worms. Concealment, misinformation of a public officer, etc. Privacy cannot save him if they are true. So, Samson, public office is what it is, public. No one is going to compel me to list and declare all my assets as I remain seated in my bedroom. But as soon as I decide to vie for public office, my entire life will be put under scrutiny. Nothing remains private. Okay, so as I understand, let's quickly get this. Mustafa Hamid's, one of his lawyers joins us. Is that Akbar?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Senior.
Right. What would you like to clarify? What's the intervention for which you're calling us?
We listened to the submission of my uncle, Honorable Inusa Fusini. And, the submission is founded on misinformation. And he can be pardoned because that has been the pattern of the OSP as far as this matter is concerned, to come to the public to misrepresent facts and to set up our client for attacks by the Ghanaian people. And so it is on the basis of that misinformation that the Honorable Inusa Fusini founded his submission, and it is important to correct that. First of all, it is not true that the property in question was not declared by Dr. Mustafa Abdul Hamid to the Auditor General. It is a complete falsehood. It is also important to add that Mustafa Hamid held 2 public offices in the last 8 years. First, as Minister of Information, and second, as Chief Executive of the NPA. In these 2 public offices, he made declarations of his assets to the Auditor General. So what we should be asking the OSP is which particular declaration did they unseal? Because dates are very, very important in any diligent work as far as legal matters are concerned. So, for instance, if you go and you unseal the 2017 declaration, you will not find this particular asset because that asset was acquired in 2018 and occupied in 2019. All right? But if you go and you unseal the declaration to the Auditor General in 2021, before he assumed office as the Chief Executive Officer of the National Petroleum Authority, you will find this property declared to the Auditor General. So it is important that in any analysis, we ask the Office of the Special Prosecutor, which of the declaration forms did you unseal? Okay. It is also important.
Is it not normally the current declaration? And if you are declared earlier and you have to declare again, you declare with the new list of properties you have, and the old will be in there.
And that is why it is important to ask them.
Okay, so you are thinking that they would have made a mistake and gone for the past declaration rather than the current?
Exactly, because if you go for the 2021 declaration with the Auditor General, the property is there. And it would not be in the 2017 declaration because the property was acquired in 2018. And he has been in occupation since 2019.
All right.
In any case, Samson, why should a prosecutor, prosecuting crime, he said, were committed in 2022 and 2024, be seeking to list a property acquired in 2018 as a proceed of a crime committed between 2022 and 2024.
No, I thought they were saying that. I thought they were saying that, like it happens in every normal investigation. If I'm investigating A and B pops up, I need to follow it.
No, they're not investigating anything. In any case, just this last Tuesday, they wrote a letter to Dr. Mustafa Abdul Hamid to appear before them, speak to properties they have identified in respect of offenses for which he has been formally charged.
Oh, really?
So it is absolutely. In fact, on Thursday, we read this letter in open court, and the judge had to rebuff the OSP for engaging in unlawful conduct.
The judge said what about the OSP again?
She had to rebut them.
We are told that the publication out there is unfounded, and that the judge denies that she had to say anything untoward about the OSP.
The person who is denying it has never been to court since the case started in July 2023. In 2025, he has never been to court. What is factual is that these particular conversations were off record.
Okay, all right.
And you can cross-check from the Deputy Attorney General. He was in court.
Okay.
Indeed, he was invited by the judge to comment on this conduct. And the Deputy Attorney General was clear that it is on unlawful conduct by the OSP to continue to investigate matters which are properly before a court. Because if you don't complete your investigation, you don't go to court.
Akbar, thank you. This is not a subject for discussion, but because it came up and I got your contact, we decided we should call you so that you say what you needed to say. Thank you very much. But hold on. I understand that Sammy Darko, Director of Research and Communications at the OSP, joins us. Sammy, what do you have to say in response?
Just a quick clarification, and I'm very happy that he has finally confirmed the false news that they made a lawyer blogger to put out that a judge had ordered OSP not to do some particular things, investigate or as it were, detain people. But this is the truth. The OSP has been doing what we call parallel financial investigation into Mustafa Hamid's assets, as well as what he has been charged with. Now, there is no law in Ghana that bars a law enforcement agency from doing that. And so you can be charged for extortion and money laundering. And you can also be investigated for another thing arising out of the same case. And that is what the OSP has been doing. So formally, the OSP has unsealed Mustafa Hamid's assets since he has been in public office. So it's not that OSP unsealed maybe one. We unsealed all his assets that he had declared when he became a public officer. Then the OSP itself also has an property and declaration regime where you fill properties that you have. And if you don't, it's a criminal offense. So we have compared the two, and we came to a realization that he has not declared a number of properties. And something you might have said that the OSP put out his asset that we unsealed. No, we have never put out any asset he has unsealed. What we have said is that the matter for which he went to court and after the adjournment complained to the judge that the OSP is harassing him is not harassment, but rather an investigation by the OSP into his assets. And that itself is a different regime because the OSP law says that when you fail or neglect or deliberately do not tell us the assets that you have, but OSP is reasonably through investigation is able to identify them, then it will be subject to forfeiture. So what the OSP is about to do is a forfeiture of the assets that we have uncovered. And we ask him to come and speak to the assets. And that will not amount to harassment because it's not one property.
I'm told he has not been asked to come speak to the. Okay, one lawyer said that, and then Akbar confirms that actually he was invited on the ongoing investigation and not a new one.
No, they get it wrong because the asset investigation is what they have invited him on, because the asset was a parallel investigation to the case that is in court. So he was supposed to appear before us yesterday and he did not. The reason why he's supposed to appear is that we have already spoken to his wife and children about properties that have been put in their names and whether they acquired it on their, how did they acquire it. And out of that is where the OSP said that there's this one property he declared to us in his property and income to the OSP. And he said it was a gift by the former president, Akufo Addo. And we had asked him that if it's a gift, then show us the property covering it. But it doesn't mean that if he declines to do that,
you mean show us documents covering it, not property covering it, right?
There's no property. He didn't show us any property covering what
document, not property.
Sorry, that's what I meant to say. He did not show any document covering it. Yeah. But if you say it's just a gift from, say, a former president to you, that is really not the case of the OSP. The OSP wants to find out whether what you have said is true or not.
Yeah, but the lawyer is saying that there is a declaration in which this property can be found, and you got the wrong one.
I'm saying that the OSP has gone through all that he has declared. But even this property, he declared it to the OSP. Samson, please listen to me. I said that the OSP has the power to compel you to declare your property and income. And when he was filling the property and income, he did declare that house to us. And what the OSP is interested in is that if it's a gift to you, show us the documents covering it, so that the OSP is very clear in his mind that this was properly a proper document.
But it is the accused person's choice or the suspect's choice to show you the document or not to show you. It's their right.
That's why I've said that if he refuses to do that, it doesn't mean it terminates anything. They think that by saying it's a gift from the former president, it ends it. And we are saying that it doesn't end it. But I'm saying that that property is not the only property in respect of which OSP
but what led to this part of his property matter being put in the public domain?
What led to is very simple. He and his lawyers, plus the bloggers that he has, have always been fighting the OSP after court and putting out misinformation. So they have put out the misinformation that the OSP is harassing him in respect of this investigation. And the OSP had to clarify that it is not harassment. It is an investigation in assets he has acquired, which the OSP expects.
Okay, we've run out of time, but Akbar, having heard Sammy, what do you have to say, briefly?
So, Sammy is not being truthful. When we complain about harassment, it is not because of the invitation. We appeared before the OSP to report in accordance with our bail conditions on Tuesday, and I accompanied him there. When we got there, they kept us for 2 hours, appeared suddenly with investigators, set up recorded, and I confronted them and said, what are you going to do? And they said they are going to investigate him, and I raised an objection. And I said, you cannot abuse a court order to conduct an investigation. If you want to investigate him, write formally to him so that we will confer with him and appear. It is that.
Yo, Orofo Wene and somewhere Enusa Fuseni or Brobro and Sembe so in Nigeria Ken Ofori Atta who sends him no day and Simbi and Kobobia Kosu watches a Ken Ofori Atta yere. And now one near former Attorney General Gloria Kufu to Kwabena Agyarko Simbi PPM and Nona Papa editing in Atubia. Like I was so young subscriber ya Bomodia say we subscribe to channel. Now I like a video no give us a thumbs up, nafi share to our platform. Say ya for so ebenye bi ahwe na wona hu ensemo ekoso ewo Ghana be mu ha oso betimi akire wadwen afa ensemo nyira ho ewo comment box mu obeti minkabio in my next video.
Thanks for watching. Like and share the video. You can also drop your comment. Please don't forget to subscribe. Click on the bell to turn on the notification.